Hey guys, welcome to today's episode. So today I want to answer a very common question I've been getting, which is, can you fly into Costa Rica right now with all these different travel restrictions? As you might know, I am doing monthly events here. And so many people are naturally wondering, well, can you fly into Costa Rica? Is it a big deal? So in this video, I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to tell you what I know about getting into the country. And I'll tell you this, it is much easier than you might imagine. Just a couple weeks ago, I had someone fly in from London, from the UK. And right now, if you're in London, they're telling you that you can't travel to go on a vacation. They put out notices saying you can't. However, if it is related to your career or to work, you can. So this gentleman, he actually flew here. He went from London to Madrid and then Madrid here. So Madrid's a great way to get into the country if you're coming from Europe. But because the event that he was attending was related to his work, there was no problem. And in fact, I just asked him about it this afternoon. He told me they didn't even ask at the airport. As long as you can show that it's related to work, you've got no problem. Now, if you're coming in from the States, the answer is yes. As of right now, today, you can still come in. We have a lot of people coming in. In fact, right here at the hotel, every weekend, we're usually getting people from the USA. So they're coming from places like Florida, they're coming from places like California. I recommend if you're booking flights, I wouldn't go through Expedia. I wouldn't go through booking.com. The reason is, yes, you might get a cheaper deal, but let's say you need to change your flight, you're gonna have a lot more restrictions. If you book through a travel agent or you go directly to the airline themselves through their website, generally you're gonna have a lot more flexibility. So you might be able to change dates if you really need to. You might even be able to get a refundable ticket, but book directly with the airline and then check what their COVID requirements are. So you go and get your PCR test, and generally that's gonna be a nasal test. It's not too unpleasant, I've heard, but you get your test, you get on the plane and you're going to fly into San Jose International Airport. The airport code is SJO. Now, if you go to Expedia right now, Expedia.com, you can check from your city to get to San Jose what the flight ticket cost is. And I'll tell you this, it is incredibly cheap from many different places. Now, once you land in Costa Rica, regardless of where you're coming in from, you will need insurance and you will need to show your exit ticket. So when it comes to getting insurance, there's several providers. Costa Rica has one called INS, INS. That's like their national insurance government body, so you could go to them, but you can also go to others. But your insurance must cover you having to go to hospital in the event that you were to get COVID. That must be right there in the policy. Now, depending on your age and your health, that's going to affect the cost. I have heard that if someone's coming in for, say, about 2 weeks, they're healthy, let's say they're in their 40s, it's not costing more than, say, $150. But that's a very rough guideline. If you are in your 60s and you might have some different health issues, you might be paying quite a bit more. If you're coming here for months as opposed to just days, you're gonna pay more. You will need to show that exit ticket, and the longer you stay here, well, the more coverage you're gonna have for the insurance, so the more expensive it's gonna be. But don't overcomplicate this. All you need is that PCR COVID test. You need to simply get your insurance, and then you fly into San Jose International Airport. If you're coming to one of my events, we pick you up at the airport. So there's gonna be someone there at the exit gates holding up a big sign. It's gonna have your name on it. And then we drive you to the resort. It's about 90 minutes away. Now, when it comes to leaving Costa Rica, I can definitely help you with that. So we've had many guests come in for our events in the last few months. And the ones going back to the USA, for example, what we generally did is we took them to a testing facility, and there's about 3 or 4 of them in the nearby town of Jaco. It's about 25 minutes away. So they can either go there, they get the result back the next day, just make sure it's not on a Sunday, okay, because they're gonna be closed on a Sunday. Or you can go to San Jose, the capital city where you fly into, and there's actually one that's open 24 hours a day. So a few weeks ago, we had some guests going back to the States, and they went there at about 11 p.m. at night, and they were able to get their result before their flight, which was around 9 a.m. the next morning. I don't recommend cutting it that closely, but there's options. So when you come here, I can help you with that. My team can help organize all of that so you have no problems.